Welcome to another video yet again. This is an emergency upload as Elon Musk has just tweeted out that there was and still is a massive cyber attack against X or Twitter that is going on as we speak. And he says right here that we get attacked every day, but this one was done with a ton of resources, either a large coordinated group and or another country is involved. So drop a quick like for me on this video if you are enjoying this content. It does really help me out. But, with this theme starting to potentially heat up, I do have a micro float cybersecurity penny stock trading at $1 per share with customers including MasterCard, which is a $500 billion powerhouse. It is also the second biggest credit card company globally. They also have clients including AT&T, which is a $200 billion plus company, as well as IKEA and many other world-renowned popular names. So guys, this one is a company that just raised money through dilution that can last them around 16 months, and they do currently have a very small or very low dilution and offering risk. They're bottomed out with a massive wedge pattern formed on the daily time frame. It looks completely bottomed out, and last time or just recently we did run to just around $4, so there's very nice range on this chart, and they do currently have $4.2 million cash in the bank, and it does fit the theme that is going on. The chart looks great. This is one that has put out some pretty explosive press releases in the past, and this is just one I really do like. I did talk about POLA yesterday, and this one actually had a nice run, ran to $3.40 earlier. It's kind of even on the day in a very bloody market, so not too bad, guys. But the stock I'm talking about in this video is ticker BKYI, BioKey International Inc., which is a cybersecurity play that has had some very nice headlines come out as of lately. BioKey International is a leading provider of fingerprint biometric identification, secure mobile credentialing, and user identity verification solutions. They help customers reduce risk, protect and enhance the value of their services and assets while minimizing the ongoing cost for access control and identity management. So BioKey provides the most effective, reliable, and efficient strong authentication capabilities available in the market today. And like I said in the intro, guys, they are completely backed by MasterCard, which is a massive powerhouse of a company. So we're going to talk about this one, guys. Looking on dilution tracker right away, you can see the offering ability is low, overhead supply is low, and the float is sitting around 5.6 million shares. So they just raised a ton of cash through some warrants, I believe, but you can see they do currently have $4.2 million cash in the bank according to dilution tracker, and it does say the company, or that this will last the company almost 16 months. And guys, with Elon Musk tweeting out that Twitter is under a historical cyber attack, this is a theme that could potentially heat up. This is already a play that's bottomed out, has had some very nice headlines, and just raised a ton of capital, and does have a very nice setup on the chart. So just 1 month ago, Wyoming Department of Education chooses BioKey Postal Guard IDAAS platform to secure identity and access management for critical systems and data. Massive headline right there. And then it says, 1 month ago, 3 higher education customers with 30,000 plus users migrate to BioKey's Portal Guard IDAAS cloud platform for streamlined operations and enhanced access management. Another monster of a headline right there. And then the National Bank of Egypt enhances enterprise security with multi-factor authentication and single sign-on solutions from BioKey. And this is just, within the span of a month, or 1 month ago, all these headlines were coming out. And there's been a ton of more, before those even came out. So just looking at this, guys, they do have a ton of, well-known customers, including Coca-Cola. Already talked about IKEA, MasterCard, AT&T. Looks like they do have some government clients as well. And also looks like Discord is having issues as well. So looks like there could potentially be massive cyber attacks on a lot of US companies and platforms. So the cybersecurity sector could really start to heat up. Potentially it could be the next theme. We'll have to see what happens. But I just want to mention that BKYI also has customers or, clients, including the US Senate and a lot of government agencies. So, that's something to really consider for a microscopic, tiny penny stock like this one. Something that's really impressive right here is looking at their quarterly financials. For the most recent quarter, the third quarter 2024, they had the best revenue producing quarter they've had in years, it looks like, or at least in the last few quarters. And their net profit was, they lost 738,000, but if you actually average all this out, their net profit margins are improving very aggressively. And, the cash is higher than this because they did just raise capital, but they do have probably around $8 million in total assets now compared to $6.2 million in total liabilities with zero long-term debt, or 83,000 in long-term debt. So that's not a very big issue right there. Keep in mind, you always add 3 zeros to these numbers. Looking on the daily time frame, the MACD is actually starting to cross over, which is very bullish, causing strong momentum here. This one is currently trading at $1.11, and according to Webull, it says the market cap is $4 million, showing the float is 2.6 million shares, but it looks like it is around 4 or 5 million shares at least. And we do have this massive wedge pattern formed, and it actually is almost, does have a triple bottom almost formed right here. So what is my plan with this one? I did add a starter, and if it does dip to, 87, that would be a nice bottom setup. I would add the dip. Now, if it does drop under that, probably to, 85 or something like that, I would probably cut the position. But it does look like this one is completely bottomed out. You can see it just ran to $4 just recently, just around not even 2 months ago. So this one does, had 200 million volume that day. They have been known to put out explosive press releases, and this is a very hot theme right now, especially if things start to escalate and we get more information about what's going on with the cyber attack with X. Like I mentioned earlier, in January, an investor exercised 2 million warrants at $1.85 for 2 million shares, raising $3.8 million of gross proceeds. And they also issued 500,000 shares to extinguish almost $1 million worth of debt. So they just completed dilution. They, have cash for a very long time. They have a very low cash burn rate. And I want to show you a connection they have that is massive, but they have a lot of different services, including eliminating the need for passwords, which obviously is something that's going to happen pretty quick in the future. You can see the customers that rely on BioKey. We have government agencies, it looks like the World Bank. Already mentioned a lot of these: Orange Bank and Trust Company, Hershey, Monash Health, and the list goes on. United States Senate, that's pretty massive right there. Singapore Police Force. And I do want to show you something that really stood out. They do have a partnership with an engineering solution provider, Gwyn, to transform access control and cybersecurity for IoT and autonomous systems. So Gwyn partners provide advanced engineering solutions for robotics, drones, and electric propulsion systems. Gwyn customers include Amazon, Boy Scouts, Gel Blaster, and LiftOil. So they are connected to Amazon, which everybody knows Amazon is one of the world leading companies. And it looks like Gwyn is developing a fleet of semi-autonomous roadside mowers, control of access to fleet management systems and to individual mowers is critical for public safety and security. And they do have BKYI does have 18 patents, including 3 that were recently issued. So that just increases their value. They have a really nice management team. This one fits the theme, guys. Like I said, they just raised a ton of money. They do have a very low cash burn rate. So this is one that is a known parabolic runner, and I am in this one. I think there's a lot of potential for this play, guys. So this one is trading at $1.10, and the overall market did crash like, I did think it would continue downwards. But hopefully we will get some nice penny stock runners, even though the overall penny stock market has been pretty slow overall. So just keep that in mind. That is all I have for ticker BKYI, BioKey International. Let me know in the comments what you think about this play, any other plays you're watching, and I will see you on the next video.